Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Today we have another lesson in Mega Goal 6. But before we start our new lesson, let's take a quick review for the previous lesson. We started with talking about the meaning of this title, Beauty is only skin deep. We said that this expression, beauty is only skin deep, means that the beauty is only an artificial thing. It doesn't reflect the inner beauty of the person, and it doesn't reflect the person traits or the personal traits. Then we had a conversation lesson. We talked about the word conversation, and we said that it is when two people or more talking about something, sharing ideas, opinions, discussing anything. This is called conversation. Then we listened to Sophie and Anne talking about Sophie's haircut, and we focused on some of the expressions like beat around the bush, by far, fit to be tied, did a double take, blow them away, and on the house. We explained each one of them. We started with the first one, which is beat around the bush, and we said that it means not being direct, talking about something indirectly. Okay? The second one, by far, means something that is obvious, something is very clear. The third one is fit to be tied. It means someone who is angry about something. So when you say, I'm fit to be tied, it means I'm angry. I did a double take. That means a person needs to look again at something to be able to recognize something. So doing a double take means looking at something more than once. She said here, I did a double take when I saw you after the haircut. So she didn't recognize her. She didn't place her face in the first time. After that, we have the expression blow them away. Blow them away means makes people amazed about the way you look or about what you have said or about anything. Blow them away makes people like this thing. The last word is on the house. When you go to the store or any shop and they say this item or this coffee or this thing is on the house, that means you can take it for free. After that, we had some questions about the conversation. We listened to the conversation. We tried to comprehend everything in the conversation. Then we answered all these three questions. The first one, what was Sophie's complaint? She didn't like her haircut. Number two, how did Anne respond? She thinks her hair looks very nice. And the last one, how did Sophie's attitude change by the end of the conversation and why? The answer is Anne convinces Sophie that her haircut looks good. She agrees to keep it as it is for a while. Then after that, we had a real talk where we explained each one of these expressions. Then we move to the workbook. In the workbook, page 23, we had exercise H. In the box here, we have all the previous expressions that we have just had, and you were asked to put these expressions in the suitable blanks. We answered all these sentences and we put each expression in the suitable blank, and we learned how to find the key words in order to help us to find or to put the suitable word in the blank. Then we finished our lesson by taking the last part, which is making a complaint. If you don't like something, for example, if you go to a store and you don't like something, if you have a problem, you want to make a complaint, you can use one of these expressions in the board. Let's put in mind that these are only suggested expressions. There are many other expressions that are not listed here with these expressions. Today we have the fifth lesson in this unit, which is listening. In the listening, we are focusing on what we hear. Okay? So, to be able to find the correct answers when we go to an exam or to a class where we have a listening part, we should firstly try to listen a lot for English materials, podcasts, or any videos that has an English content, because that enhance our listening. Our listening skill will improve by listening to more materials. This is the first part. After that, after listening and getting used to listening to English and improving your English skills, we go to the second step, which is how to prepare yourself before the exam and during the exam. Before the exam, make sure, or before the test, for example, today it is not an exam, it's only an exercise that help you practice your listening skills. Before we start listening to the listening materials we have here, let's have some tips that could help you to improve yourself. Firstly, read the question. For example, here, listen to the lecture given by a nutritionist about the fad diets. Okay, so the first point is that we are going to listen to a lecture, so it is not a conversation. Who is the person? A nutritionist. What is the meaning of nutritionist? A person who is specialist in the food and the types of food, what is suitable for eating, what is not suitable for eating, what is the best diet for you, and what are the types of food that you shouldn't, or the types of food you should avoid, and so on. This person is called nutritionist. What is he going to talk about? Fad diets. Okay, what is the task? You have a task here. We finished the last part of the question, which is listening to the lecture by a nutritionist, and it is going to be about a fad diets. Okay, what should you do? Here is the second part of the things that you should do during the exam or before the exam, which is try to know what should you do during, or what are the answers expected from you. For example, here we have a chart that has 3 columns: name of diet, idea behind diet, and problems with diet. You need to think about the information you need for each blank. For example, here, what are you looking for? Are you looking for numbers or names? We are looking here for names. So when you listen, you are not listening to every part or to every word, trying to understand everything. It's okay not to understand everything. Don't panic if you don't understand everything. The most important thing is that you understand, you comprehend the main idea of the listening material. Okay? The second part is try to understand or try to identify what you are going to answer. What is the thing that you are going to answer? Here you are looking for a name of diet. So you will be listening for specific information. After that, idea behind diet. Why do people go with this diet? After that, problems with diet. What are the consequences of following this diet? All these are the steps that could help you write down the correct answers. Let's put in mind that we will listen to the recording twice. So in the first time, try to write down, pick up your pen, try to write down any information that you think is beneficial for you. Write it down. For example, if it's about a name of a diet, write it down here, or idea behind diet here. And if it's related to the problems with diet, it will be in the last column. Then after that, in the second time you listen to the recording, make sure that you write down or you get the correct answers. And after you finish listening to the recording, try to rearrange the information you have, you can rewrite your own words, then put them in the chart. Now we will go ahead and listen to this recording.
Page 39. 5. Listening. Listen to the lecture given by a nutritionist about fad diets. Then complete the chart.
New fad diets that promise quick results with little effort appear all the time. Some of these diets that have appeared through the years have been truly strange and silly. One recent fad diet that was popular with famous people was the baby food diet. This diet suggests that a few tiny jars of baby food should replace 1 or 2 meals each day. While exchanging adult meals for small jars of food may result in weight loss, this diet has clear drawbacks. Aside from the fact that baby food has a texture and taste that is unappealing to adults, the small portions aren't enough to keep an adult healthy. Replacing meals with baby food results in a significant drop in calories that can leave the dieter feeling weak and dizzy. Perhaps one of the strangest recent fad diets is the cotton ball diet. As its name suggests, people on this diet eat cotton balls. The idea is that the cotton balls are low in calories and very filling, so the dieter would not have an appetite for other fattening foods. Obviously, this is a completely ridiculous diet. Aside from the fact that cotton balls have no taste and a terrible texture, this diet can be dangerous. It doesn't provide any of the vitamins and nutrients a person needs to survive. In addition, it can lead to digestive problems. One fad diet that has come in and out of fashion since the 1970s is the cabbage soup diet. While this diet isn't guaranteed to result in weight loss, it is guaranteed to make the dieter miserable. On this restrictive diet, the only food that you can eat anytime is cabbage soup, a food that is filling and low in calories. In addition to this bland soup, you can only eat certain food groups on certain days. For example, aside from the soup, on the first day you can only eat fruit. On the second day you can only eat vegetables. Because this diet is so restrictive, it is difficult to stick with it. It's not surprising that common side effects include mood swings and low energy levels. There seems to be no limit to what people have been willing to try in order to lose weight.
Okay, now we have just listened to the whole lecture about the names of diets. Now we will go to the second part where we're going to listen to each name of diet with the idea behind this diet and the problems with that diet. So we are going to divide the recording into 3 parts. In each part, we will listen only to one row here. Number 1, the name of a diet, the idea behind it, and the problems with this diet. Now we will go ahead and we will listen to the first part, the name of a diet, idea behind it, and the problems with that diet. Make sure to pick up your pens and take notes.
Page 39. 5. Listening. Listen to the lecture given by a nutritionist about fad diets. Then complete the chart.
New fad diets that promise quick results with little effort appear all the time. Some of these diets that have appeared through the years have been truly strange and silly. One recent fad diet that was popular with famous people was the baby food diet. This diet suggests that a few tiny jars of baby food should replace 1 or 2 meals each day. While exchanging adult meals for small jars of food may result in weight loss, this diet has clear drawbacks. Aside from the fact that baby food has a texture and taste that is unappealing to adults, the small portions aren't enough to keep an adult healthy. Replacing meals with baby food results in a significant drop in calories that can leave the dieter feeling weak and dizzy.
Okay, now we have just listened to the first type of diet, which is, I hope now you get the answer for each blank in this chart. The first one, the name of a diet is baby food diet. Okay, what do you think is the idea behind this diet? The idea is that it is used to replace 1 or 2 meals a day with jars of baby food to eat less. So they replaced the regular food by using jars of baby food. So what is the problems, or what are the problems of using this diet? The small portions are not enough for an adult, so the baby food, and also the baby food is unappealing. Now we will go ahead and listen to the second type of diet together and do the same. Pick up your pens, take some notes, and make sure that you get the correct answers.
Perhaps one of the strangest recent fad diets is the cotton ball diet. As its name suggests, people on this diet eat cotton balls. The idea is that the cotton balls are low in calories and very filling, so the dieter would not have an appetite for other fattening foods. Obviously, this is a completely ridiculous diet. Aside from the fact that cotton balls have no taste and a terrible texture, this diet can be dangerous. It doesn't provide any of the vitamins and nutrients a person needs to survive. In addition, it can lead to digestive problems.
To the second type of diets, which is the cotton ball diet. Okay, what is the idea behind using this diet? Cotton balls are low in calories and they are very filling, so you wouldn't be hungry for other foods. The problems come with that diet is cotton balls have no taste, they have a terrible texture, they have no vitamins or nutrients. The diet can lead to digestive problems. Now we will go to the last part of our lesson today and to the last part in this chart, which is the third diet. Pick up your pens, get the correct answer, and we will get to the answers or the correct answer together after listening to the recording.
One fad diet that has come in and out of fashion since the 1970s is the cabbage soup diet. While this diet isn't guaranteed to result in weight loss, it is guaranteed to make the dieter miserable. On this restrictive diet, the only food that you can eat anytime is cabbage soup, a food that is filling and low in calories. In addition to this bland soup, you can only eat certain food groups on certain days. For example, aside from the soup, on the first day, you can only eat fruit. On the second day, you can only eat vegetables. Because this diet is so restrictive, it is difficult to stick with it. It's not surprising that common side effects include mood swings and low energy levels. There seems to be no limit to what people have been willing to try in order to lose weight.
Okay, now the third diet is cabbage soup diet. The idea behind it is eat a lot of cabbage soup because it is filling and low in calories. The problems comes with it. It restricts what you can eat on different days and is difficult to stick with. It causes mood swings and low energy levels. So these are the answers of the last part in this lesson today. Now let's try to sum up what we have just learned about improving our skills and making sure that we get the correct answers once we have a listening exam or a listening exercise, is that we should listen to English material, to English listening materials as much as we can. We can use podcasts, YouTube, any material or website that could help us in that. Another thing is, when you go to the exam, before doing anything, before writing anything, start with reading the question. Try to identify what is your task, what you are asked to do. So try to know what types of answer you are asked to write. For example, if you are looking for names, put in mind that you are looking for names. If you are asked to find numbers, make sure that you pay attention to the numbers that you hear in the recording. And after that, take notes while you listen. Then after that, try to rearrange and rewrite everything in the suitable blank. Thank you all for attending our lesson today, and I wish you enjoy the rest of the day. Assalamu alaikum.